What's up? What it do? What it is? It's your boy Motormouth. And here I am again with another episode. Thank you for tuning in. If you haven't already, go back and check out my last video I made of the year of 2017 and all the albums that came out in 2017. I gave my thoughts on those, so go check out that video. Now, in this video, what I'm going to do, I'm going to talk about predicting 2018. 2018 is here. I'm recording this video on Saturday, December 30th, 2017. So, knock knock, 2018's right up. And we're going to talk about who's coming out, who should come out, predicting who's going to come out, this and that, who's going to drop, who's going to collab, everything. And before I do that, I do apologize. I do not have a name for my channel yet. Right now, you've seen Wrestling Rockets, but I do plan on changing it. I'm gonna have an official podcast with a solid, legit, official name. I'm still thinking. I got a few in mind. I'm still debating. I want to have that right name so I can build my brand and build my channel for you guys. So basically, my channel is music. I talk about wrestling and I talk about sports. So, if you have any suggestions, drop them in the comment box. Now, 2018. First person that comes to my mind, J. Cole. Will we see J. Cole this year? Will he drop another album? Last time we saw J. Cole the Dreadhead, it was For Your Eyes Only. He had 10 songs that came out 2016. And looking at his catalog, Born Sinner came out in 2013, and then 2014 Forest Hills Drive, 2014, and then 2016, and then his official album came out 2016. He skipped 17, so I'm pretty sure that we're gonna see a J. Cole album this year. Now, I'm not 100% sure, but like I say, I am my own source. I don't have inside sources. I'm not friends with none of these guys. I'm just a regular fan. I'm a hip hop head, a hip hop junkie. I study my knowledge, man. I've been a fan of music, a hip hop head since 8 years old. I fell in love with the music at 8 years old. I'm also a writer. Now, I'm getting off track a little bit. I do apologize. I know you came here to listen to the 2018, but I also write. I have some poems and some raps on my channel. Go back and check those out. And give me your opinions, man. I used to go hard, and I still do, man. But I decided to give it up. That wasn't it was a dream, but then I woke up and said, you know what, this isn't for me. So back to J. Cole. I like the way J. Cole doesn't whore himself out to the music industry like a lot of people do. And that's one of the reasons why J. Cole goes platinum with no features. Every one of his albums is platinum, you know what I mean? And barely any features, I salute that guy for doing that, man. You know how hard it is to drop an album with no features, go platinum, drop suddenly. People, there's like very little promotion to the album. You might say, oh, a week in advance, oh, J. Cole's got an album dropping. People are gonna buy that instantly, man. J. Cole is 1A and 1B with Kendrick Lamar right now, man. I don't know. Sometimes I like Kendrick better. Sometimes I like J. Cole better. Now, I feel J. Cole more with his lyrics and his words and, like what he stands for. But I do think that Kendrick Lamar does make better music. But lyrically and, when I listen to him, I can feel it. I lean towards J. Cole on that. Now, since it's still technically 2017 while I'm recording this, I want to give y'all my thoughts on Eminem's last album, Revival. I didn't give you my thoughts on that one yet. Now, from what I'm hearing and reading comments under threads and tweets and posts and Facebooks and snaps and Instagrams and Twitches and everything else that you could think of in social media, everyone's saying is trash. The only people that are saying, oh my God, Eminem dropped another classic. I love you, Eminem. You're the greatest of all time, the best rapper in history of music, and da 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 da. Those are his stands. Those are the ones. The song "Stand," he wrote it. Those are them he's talking to. But real people that know music and they can break down songs and you know what you're listening to, Eminem did not drop a good album. Now I'm starting to think that, I mean, look, listen, man. Lyrically, he's on another level, man. I gotta, man, salute to Eminem. I gotta give him high praise for being at his age and still being able and still like upgrading his lyricism. A lot of guys at this age, they run out of stuff to say. They done said everything, and they're kind of just repeating themselves. Eminem repeats himself sometimes too with the lyrics, but I'm talking about the wordplay. Nobody is messing with Eminem on the wordplay, man. I mean, he ends a bar. He ends a bar that's incomplete, and he completes it in the next bar. I mean, the way he meshes bars to turns them into sentences, it's unreal, and his vocabulary is is crazy. I mean, Eminem, his lyrics, I mean, second to none. But where I have a problem with him is the type of songs that he makes, and like maybe the beats and mostly the hooks. I'm not feeling Eminem is not a hook guy, man, and I wish he would stop trying or start getting more people on, to do his hooks for him, man. I kind of think the way he, does that little tone when he sings his hooks, I don't really like that, man. When I hear that, I kind of cringe. Now, please do not get me wrong. Eminem has countless hits under his belt. I just feel that, I mean, after the Eminem show, which I think was one of his best albums, he was going downhill, but that's part of his story, the drug addiction, his relapse album, and Encore. Those were like, what the hell was this guy on? You could tell he was on something, and he spoke about that on the album Recovery. The Recovery album was probably my favorite album. Recovery was probably my favorite Eminem album right there. That album was on point. I mean, he did it with a clear mind. Don't do drugs, kids. Stay off drugs. He did it with a clear mind, and it was just good, man. I was like, thank you, man. Eminem needed that one, man. He had two flops. He could not afford to have another flop. You know what I mean? That could have ended his career, man, so to speak. But comparing Revival to all of his albums, I would put it probably, I don't know, maybe third worst. I mean, the Eminem album that I do love was the Real Slim Shady, his debut album. I mean, he came out of nowhere with the shock lyrics, and everybody was like, "Whoa, this white boy can rap!" Like finally a white guy who can rap and who is hip hop, and that album made a huge impact in hip hop. Another album, and then he backdoored it with the Marshall Mathers LP, which was also good. That was a really, really good album. And then he had the Eminem Show, and then he had the 8 Mile soundtrack. They came out, in the same year. He had a huge year that year. The 8 Mile movie, this 8 Mile soundtrack, and then the Eminem Show all came out in that year. And I mean, he just blew up. And after the Eminem Show, how creative he is, he titled it Encore. The show, you get an encore afterwards. Get it? He dropped that, which was not great. That was one of the worst albums. And then, like I said, Relapse was trash, only a couple bangers. And Relapse, that was pretty much, I mean, a throwaway, man. I think that one was it was pretty bad. I mean, I don't even remember it. I gotta go back and look at the song titles and all that stuff. But that was bad. And then I think this one is right there. It wasn't great. It was a letdown, man. A lot of people were excited to hear what Eminem had to say. He did. I do like that he's touching on a lot of social topics, and he's bringing up social issues and awareness, and he's talking about the Donald. He's throwing shade at Donald Trump. And which Donald Trump still has not responded. I don't know what's going on with that. Donald Trump's scared too. He knows about Eminem, man. You don't want to clap back at Eminem, so he's definitely gonna stay away from him. But this album was okay. I mean, looking at it, you had a couple good ones. I mean, the song with Beyonce, "Walk on Water," I think that one was very underwhelming, man. When I saw Eminem featuring Beyonce, I was like, oh my god! I clicked on it instantly, and I was like, oh really? You know. And then he had the song "Untouchable," where it's talking about police brutality against the black men and this and that. And then my favorite song on there was "Framed." And he could have chose better features. I mean, he had Pink, Skylar Grey, Alicia Keys. I love her, but I mean, come on, when was the last time we seen her? He had Ed Sheeran, which is cool, but come on, man, let's see Eminem. Let me see an Eminem album with a J. Cole verse, with a Kendrick Lamar verse. You know what I mean, with a Future. Let me, give us a club track, M. Do something different, man. You got to change it up, man. The songs that he's giving us are all just kind of just like meh. Well, anyways, we definitely won't be seeing Eminem in 2018. You probably won't see him till 2020. But 2018 should bring us a lot of good artists, a lot of good up and coming guys. Some new dudes might jump out the scene. Some SoundCloud rappers might blow up. A lot of this, a lot of that. It's so unpredictable. Year by year, it's unpredictable, man. Regardless of how people think, oh, it's trash. Rap is trash now. I can't listen to it. Yes, you can. Listen to my show, and I will tune you in, and I will give you guys what to listen to, who to check out, because I will not steer you wrong, man. I won't lead you toward the brick wall head first with no helmet on. I promise you that. Now, I'm pretty sure that a lot of guys from the 2017 video, a lot of guys that dropped in 2017 will be dropping in 2018. I mean, that's just how these guys work, man. That's how they operate, man. This is their job. They're in the studio more than you think, man. They're in the studio all the time. They're probably writing all the time. They got songs in the vault. They got verses in the vault, and they're just waiting to drop them. They drop this mixtape, and then they already have plans. Okay, I'm gonna drop this next year. So a lot of guys have it planned ahead, man. Those are the smart ones, especially the ones that were smart enough to stay independent, have their own record label like Tech Nine. I mean, people don't realize Tech Nine makes a lot of money, man. He makes more than like, I don't know, man. Probably like 70% of rappers, man. This guy has been independent. He did like E40, and then they had their own labels, man. Strange Music, I believe they've had their own labels. Every time he drops, I mean, there's less hands in the pie because he's running the whole show, man. And he just needs the big labels co-sign, and that's all they need. So the ones that are independent, they're gonna be able to drop whatever this year. So we can count on the independent guys to drop anytime they want. But as far as artists that are signed under major labels, like Lil Uzi, which he regrets signing to his major label because he's on ball and chain now. He can't drop. He probably he got an album mixtape that he'd love for y'all to hear, but he can't drop it because of the situation he's in. So Lil Uzi Vert just dropped Love is Rage 2 this year in 2017. So will we see Uzi Vert in 2018? Will we not? I hope we do because, like I say, he's one of the hottest artists out. He has a lot of momentum. If the label is smart, they'd push him again this year. You know what I mean? I don't know, say make him first priority, man, but make him a priority to keep this guy relevant and give him some good features, spend some money on production, spend money on features, and make some music that could last, man. Will this guy last the test of time? That's what I'm waiting to see on Uzi. He's been around for a couple years. Albums, I'm not really impressed. I've heard a song or two. I never really wanted to check out the album, to be honest. But I don't know if he's gonna last the test of time. We shall see. Now, I mentioned Big Boy in my last video. Big Boy dropped Boomiverse, which was dope. That album went hard, man. I really like that one. And shout out, man, to Outkast, man. They gave Pimp C a hook. They sampled Pimp C hook and had Bumby on there. They paid homage, they paid tribute. Salute, Big Boy. I say that to say this. Andre 3000, where you at, buddy? Where you at, man? We need an album, Andre 3K. We need a solo project from Andre 3000, man. Let's get that trending. I would love to hear a new project by him, man. And not the Love Below was cool, but he went rockish on there. I want to hear a rap album by Andre 3K. If you're with me, like this video. There's a chance. Now, speaking of Chance, what about Chance the Rapper? What do you guys think of him, man? I like Chance. I'm not a big fan. I mean, I heard his album, the Coloring Book. It was cool. I mean, wasn't expecting that. I thought Chance the Rapper, I thought he was all about bars, but then when I listened to him, he was kind of on some Kanye West type vibe, and it was not what I expected, man. I mean, it was cool. I liked it. I mean, I can see why the guy has a huge fan base and a big, a big following, But I'm just very surprised that Chance the Rapper from just one album. I'm sure he had mixtapes in the past and or whatnot, but Chance the Rapper is like people consider him top 5 right now. I mean, he gets so much love and respect, and I'm like, wow, this guy just popped out of the scene, and he's people throwing him in the top 5. I don't understand, man. I'm not really sold on Chance the Rapper yet, but. Coloring Book, his debut album, came out in 2016. It had 14 songs on it. I'm 2018, Chance the Rapper, there's a chance. Another artist that dropped in 2016 was Schoolboy Q, my boy. That's one of my favorite artists today. I love Schoolboy Q, man. That guy, he has a style and of vibe and the way his delivery, his beats, everything about the Schoolboy Q character. I love it, man. I don't know him as a person, but the rapper Schoolboy Q, I co-sign him. He's dope. I hope he drops the album in 2018. He skipped 2017. Let's see what he got. Let's see if he comes up with something for us. Now, I know Drake just dropped the album More Life in 2017, of course. But looking back, man, he drops the album every year. Now, from the beginning, he had So Far Gone, 2008. Thank Me Later, 2010. 2011, he had Take Care. 2013, he had Nothing Was the Same. And then 2015, he had If You're Reading It's Too Late and What a Time to Be Alive with Future. In 2016, he had Views. 2017, More Life. In 2018, was he going to have More Views? I don't know, but Drake will probably drop an album in 2018. I'm predicting that. Now, I mentioned Dave East on the last episode. I love Dave East. That's one of my faves right now. And I made the video right before he ended up dropping Karma with DJ Holiday. 2 days after I made the video, I find out he has another one that just came out in 2017 called Karma. So it looks like Dave East is he's got a lot of momentum. He knows that he has the ear. He got the ear of the streets, man. Everybody wants Dave East. I feel like he is that New York artist that they can that can put the city on their back, man. New York's been looking for that artist that can carry the city and hold the crown and this and that. I mean, Papoose had that potential. I don't know what went wrong. Maybe it was because he had K Slay. K Slay mismanaged him, or the record label issues. He definitely had that. And then Joey Badass. I love Joey Badass. I'm not trying to take away anything from Joey Badass, but I don't think he's going to be the one to hold the New York crown and, be the king of New York. And I'm not saying Dave East is either, but out of the three, or out of the ones that I mentioned, Dave East, I feel like has the most potential to just get better and better and better. And I think he's very hungry, and he knows that. He knows that people want his music, man. So I think he's gonna come out with an official album. He had an official album in 2017. I'm predicting Dave East will have another official album in 2018. Now, speaking of New York, I know we just got the Wu-Tang album, Saga Continues, so let's not expect anything from them till about 2028. I'm sorry to bring this up. Ugly God, he did drop an album last year. It was highly anticipated. I mean, the guy only had one single, and he had like millions of Instagram followers, millions of views on YouTube, millions of Twitter followers, million monthly listeners on Spotify on one single before he even dropped the album. And then he dropped the Booty Tape, so I listened to that the first day it came out. I was like, man, let me see what this guy is about. He's from Houston. He's from my city. Man, come on. And I knew the kind of character he was, but I was like, I got to give him a chance, man. He's from my city. I listened to it, and I said, oh, my God, man, what is this? I'm sorry. I know he puts in a lot of work. Bruh, I'm not disrespecting you. You probably not listening to this, but I'm just saying, I'm not disrespecting the cat, but he's whack as a rapper. But the Ugly God, he will be around. The Ugly God is going to be, he's going to end up being a producer type. He's going to be behind the scenes because he is very, very, very talented on the keyboard, man, and on the producing side. So when it comes to production, Ugly God will be around. If he doesn't make it as a rapper, if his rap career ends, then he'll still be here producing. Now listen, I know everybody, you probably cringe when I say, mention all these bubblegum rappers that are popping right now, Lil Pump and all them, but hey man, they have a large following. I may have some listeners that want to know about that, so I'm going to speak on those by default. But don't get me wrong, this is a hip hop channel, and we're talking about real hip hop. That's why I'm bringing you nothing but the best of the best when I mention rappers, man, because I do not listen to trash. Now, somebody that is the opposite of trash is Houston's own Travis Scott. Astro World is on the way, and it will be here in 2018. And I cannot wait for it. He gave it the perfect name, Astro World. Right when the Astros won the World Series, the Houston Astros are the World Series champions for the first time in history. And we all seen the Sports Illustrated cover in 2014 when they predicted the Astros were going to win the World Series in 2017, and it happened. And then Travis Scott decides to name his album Astro World before, even knowing that the Astros were going to win the World Series. So it technically is Astro World. So perfect. This album needs to drop in the first quarter of the year. No waiting. Get this album out. We want to hear it. Okay, we got T Grizzly. Let me say something about T Grizzly. I know he just dropped in 2017, and he just released a project with Lil Durk. He signed to 300 Entertainment, which is basically Atlantic. He signed to Atlantic under 300 Entertainment. So I really hope we get a T Grizzly album. I don't know if we will. Don't know if we won't. If we won't, but I hope we get T Grizzly in 2018. I want a new project. No features. Fuck it, man. No features. Let me get a T Grizzly album in 2018. Who's with me? Like this video if you are. F it. Just like this video because, man. If you're listening to the video, like, subscribe, comment, all that. Alright, who do we got next? Let's talk about Nas. Nas was featured on Dave East's album. He was on there. I forgot if it was the verse. No, it wasn't the verse, but he added vocals on one of his songs. So, hey man, is Nas gonna drop an album in 2018? His last official album was in 2012. Life is Good. Man, that time flies, right? It didn't even seem like that long, man. 5 years since that one came out. Jeez, time flies. What about Lil Wayne? Dedication 6 dropped. He's still having trouble. He can't get out of his contract with Cash Money and Interscope. Their baby is a total piece of shit, if you ask me, man. This guy, he made all his money off of Lil Wayne. He made so much money off of Lil Wayne, man. Let this man go, man, and do his own thing. I mean, he was supposed to sign with Rock Nation, and he didn't, which he probably regrets. He should have signed under Jay-Z's label, and that probably would have been the hottest stuff out. Man, that could have been what could have been, man. I know Lil Wayne regrets it. Now he's stuck in this situation where he can't even drop. Well, I think Carter 6 he's trying to drop. So he's that Dedication 6. What's on YouTube? I couldn't find it's not on Spotify. I checked for it. But so I haven't even heard Dedication 6 or if it's even out. I mean, I heard people say it's out, but we'll find that out soon. So if y'all know, go ahead and comment on that too. But let's see. Lil Wayne, is he gonna drop in 2018? We haven't heard from him in a while. I'm curious to see what kind of lyrics and what kind of bars he got for us this time around. Now, DJ Khaled is definitely dropping in 2018. I don't know for sure, but I'm definitely sure he's dropping in 2018. This guy is a workhorse, man, and the way he networks is unreal, man. He has so many connections. He's cool with everybody. Nobody has a beef with Khaled, probably except Ace Hood, but everybody loves Khaled, and I mean, he just knows what he's doing, man. And he dropped in 2013, and then he dropped 2015, and then Major Key was last year. Grateful came out in 2017. So 2018, DJ Khaled is going to drop a new one with a ton of features on it. One of those artists that's always on every Khaled album is Future, which had a strong 17, and I predict that Future is going to have a strong 18 as well. I think he's going to come out with another mixtape and maybe backdoor with another album at the end of 2018. Now, like I say, a lot of people are dropping every year. They drop 2, 3 albums a year, and they continue that for 3, 4 years. That's another thing that I feel like some artists can't do that. Only a few artists maybe can, man. A lot of people, when they do that, you're oversaturating it, and maybe you're giving too much of your good music away too soon. If you have a banger, a lot of bangers, sit on them for a little bit. Make your audience anticipate it, make them want that album, want that music. When you give it to them all the time, and it's not gonna feel fresh, and it's not gonna feel new when you just keep giving it to them. You want to make them wait. Look at J. Cole. He waits 2, 3 years to make an album, and then look, we talked about it, and then the anticipation goes up. Everybody gets it, platinum. So that's just my take on you know people oversaturating and maybe exposing themselves too much when they should you know take a step back and build up some anticipation so people will be excited to hear him again. Now, unfortunately, I don't know. Free Meek Mill. I don't know if we're gonna get a Meek Mill album, if he's gonna stay behind bars all this time. And honestly, I don't want his team to put out unreleased tracks and this and that. Let's just wait. You know what I mean? See what happens. Let's get Meek Mill home so he can drop some more music for us, man, and bless the streets with that street shit, man, because not that many street shit is out. And hey, man, free Meek Mill, man. That's all I gotta say. Now, from my East Coast listeners, E40, my boy, the OG, the triple OG. His last album dropped, the D Boy Diary, Book One, in 2016, and then he dropped a deluxe edition the same year with 44 songs on that one compared to the 21 songs on the regular album. So I'm predicting E40, he's gonna drop another album. So if you love that old hip hop, we got you right there. E40 coming out in 2018. My prediction. All right, I should have mentioned this earlier, but let me say this about Joyner Lucas. Now, Joyner Lucas came out, he went viral with his I'm Not Racist song and the video. And I mean, the guy blew up. I mean, he was an underground artist for a few years. I just recently found out about the guy through a co-worker, and I fell in love with him. I was like, wow, this dude is amazing. His album 508, 507, 2209 was one of my top albums of the year, man. I mean, that is a great album, man. Front to back, that song is dope. So my prediction is that Joyner Lucas is going to come out with a few projects in 2018. I'm not sure if he signed or not, but he will drop a mixtape prediction, and he will drop an album prediction. I mean, he has to. I mean, if I was him, I would look at the attention that he's getting right now. Joyner Lucas, I checked, his YouTube page. I mean, millions and millions of views. I was keeping tabs on his Spotify. He had like 500,000 monthly listeners on Spotify, and then he made a jump to like 3 million. He's up to like 3 million Spotify listeners. So that lets you know that people are gravitating towards Joyner Lucas, man. I'm not the only one that fell in love with the music, man, that he's putting out. So Joyner Lucas 2018, it's gonna be the album of the year, and I can't wait on that one. And plus, in the meantime, he's feeding our appetite with freestyles. He had the Gucci Gang remix where he spazzed on that one. He spazzed on the Panda track. He spazzed on DNA. He spazzed on another one. Hey, man, the boy is on fire right now, man. And I think he's going to have the strongest year in 2018. My prediction. Now, another Houston artist, my boy Maxo Cream. He got snubbed, man, on the Double XL cover along with Joyner Lucas. That boy got it, man. I love Maxo Cream. I love what he raps about because trapping. I don't always want to hear trap music. I rarely want to hear it, but when I do, Maxo is the guy that I go to now, man, because he spits that ghetto side, man, and I love to hear it, man. He got the H Town swag, H Town flow. Maxo Cream 2018. Let's bring it on. So, like I say, I'm not going to take up too much of your time. Those were just a few predictions for 2018 that I want to see, want to hear. I want some albums coming out. I want real good hip hop music. Music is the key word. I want good music to come out in 2018. Um, Thank y'all for listening to this video. Thank y'all for your support. Please drop some comments, like, and subscribe to this channel. It's your boy Motormouth, and I'll holla at you when I smile at you.